We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
It came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
What did you do to it?
So they made some allegation that you had a son and he shot himself and he's in your basement.
The biggest concern that we have here is that we need to make sure that this kid is safe. We need to get this figured out. Stop this. It's over. Where's that kid?
These were moments cops found kids who had passed, starting with the 19-year-old mother who gave birth into a trash can.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
On January 27, 2023, 19-year-old Alexi Trevizo made headlines in New Mexico after visiting Artesia General Hospital. Her mother had brought her in due to severe back pain, and she was admitted for treatment. However, what Trevizo did at the hospital was beyond anyone's comprehension.
I'm sorry, there's here. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
But it
I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
it was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here.
I
Stop.
just
Stop.
put it-
Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her up there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She needs to
She's
be
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's
No,
still
no,
19
you're
years old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's
A
19.
lot came out of me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor and delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. In terms, I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
The police were unable to question Trevizo extensively about the newborn she had discarded in a trash can, as she developed complications from her actions in the bathroom and had to be airlifted to another hospital. But it was clear her back pain was from a pregnancy she had just secretly ended in the hospital bathroom, resulting in the infant's death. Officers then proceeded with the investigation, and a later autopsy revealed that the infant's lungs contained oxygen, proving he was alive at birth, which further weakened Trevizo's defense. A few weeks after the incident, and following Trevizo's recovery, police officers arrived at her residence with a search warrant, having gathered all the necessary facts.
Okay, so what is she under arrest for?
She's over 18. She's got to talk.
I understand that,
Right.
Detective Gonzalez.
Right.
What is she under arrest for? For what?
Are you okay with telling us?
Tell me.
Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yes.
At the hospital?
The mother seemed more worried about the charge of tampering with evidence than the homicide, which the officers also mentioned. She continued to argue back and forth with the officers for some time until she eventually realized she was getting nowhere and had to surrender.
Please
That's not regular. She ran away from 1002 West Washington.
It's nothing personal, it really isn't. And we understand, but we have to do our jobs too.
I understand that. I understand that. That's Melanie. That's Devin's mom. She's good. She's okay.
We're not going to be rough with her or anything. We're just going to take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time. Okay?
Do you know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over there. I will take you there. You can follow me over there.
Alexi was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Her trial is scheduled for October 2024, and the case is still ongoing. The next mother was exceptionally brutal, having concealed her son's death for over 7 months and moved on as if nothing had happened.
Right. So they made some allegation that you had a son and he shot himself and he's in your basement.
Come on now.
On July 25, 2023, police officers conducted a welfare check at the residence of 37-year-old Sushi Staples following an anonymous tip regarding an unreported firearm accident that had resulted in the death of her son, Zion Staples.
How can I help you? Hi.
Are you Miss Staples?
Yes.
Yes, how can I help you?
So we got kind of a weird phone call. Do you know Latricia?
No.
No.
I don't know anybody out here.
Some lady called DCFS. And,
What?
And kind of made some claims that you had a child that accidentally shot themselves.
Absolutely not.
No, it sounds crazy to me too. That's what.
I am so sorry about this. My ex-husband, his new girlfriend, this broad is off the chain. I have went down to Rock Island and filed a police report on her.
Okay.
I have went and put a restraining order on her.
What's her name?
Her name is Tony. This girl is never in it. She has so many different Facebook pages she stalks me from. She has made up different names, called me from different numbers. I have changed my number, tried to do everything I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can never seem to get them served because they're always bouncing around in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. They're not even down here.
They're not even out here. And
Okay.
it's been a constant.
Have we been here before?
No, you've never come to my house for anything. I've been here for 7 years and never had a problem in Rock Island.
Yeah.
Sushi immediately spun the narrative, claiming the call was a vindictive act by her ex-husband's girlfriend. Although her performance seemed convincing, the officer proceeded to make a request, and Sushi's subsequent actions raised significant suspicions.
Right. So they made some allegation that you had a son and he shot himself.
Sir,
and he's in your
come on
basement.
now. You think, look where I live.
No, I get it. Just so I can check the box off, can I look in your basement real quick and I'll get out
No,
of here?
you need a search warrant to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to have my rights violated because someone makes Uranus obligations like this.
I know. Like I said, it sounded crazy to me too. I'm just up here seeing if, we have to investigate it, no matter how crazy it sounds.
If you want to do that, I would suggest you go through the proper protocols. I'm not about to let some crazy woman who now has my husband make Uranus accusations like this and have my rights violated as a citizen.
I get it. That's what
That is not okay. I have 4 girls in here.
That's what I'm just asking.
4 children.
I'm not trying to blame anything on you. I'm not saying this is true. I was just asking. Okay.
This is nuts.
That's all it is.
A search might have dispelled any lingering suspicions, but the approach Sushi took only raised more, and her later attempts to divert attention from herself ended up drawing even more suspicions.
You guys only have girls?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 4. Do you want to see them?
No. They said it was a son. I was just curious if that's even true.
It's not.
Okay.
I have been living here for 6 years. My neighbors have never had a complaint. Don't you think if my neighbors would have heard something like that, they would have made a call or said something to somebody?
I would believe so, yeah.
Just think about it. It don't make no kind of sense. This girl is psycho.
Okay.
She's harassed my job.
Do you know her phone number by chance?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know her phone number.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to bother you, okay?
Although Sushi may have felt relieved when the officer left that night, her joy was short-lived. The officers returned the next day with a warrant after their investigation revealed a DCF check on the family 2 years prior. The DCF records confirmed that a boy named Zion Staples had lived in the home, and IRS reports showed that Sushi had been claiming financial benefits in his name.
She looked out the window. Hello?
Yes.
Sushi? Can you come out?
What's going on?
Well, just step on out. I'll explain everything.
Wait a minute, my kid's in here.
Okay, I understand that, but we have a search warrant for the
We're asking
house.
for your cooperation to be up front with us.
Hold on.
So step on out.
No, step
What
out.
part of the house do you all have a search warrant for?
The whole house.
The whole
entire
house.
So you need to step out. Step out.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
Open the door.
We'll all walk in casually. We're not going to tear up your house or anything, so.
Calm down, my kids are in here.
Okay.
Please.
How many?
4.
And where at in the house?
They're upstairs. I just made them go upstairs. I don't want to scare my kids. Can we just calm
These
down?
officers are gonna walk in there with you, and I got a copy of the warrant here for you, honey.
Can I see the warrant, please? And I can call my lawyer. Can I see the warrant before we walk any further? I'm calm.
We have a valid search warrant, so.
I understand, but you haven't let me see it yet, and you're walking through my
we're in
house.
It's right here. You don't run how we
You don't. You're not in control of this.
Okay.
The officers began a thorough search of the residence, while the detectives who accompanied them started questioning Sushi.
So the reason we're here, okay, is because we're investigating a call that we had, okay? The officers came out and talked to you last night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. we have to handle that real seriously, okay? Because the allegations are that you have a son and that he's deceased and he's here in this house. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
You've never had a son named Zion.
No.
Are you claiming benefits for a kid named Zion?
No. I haven't gotten any benefits for anyone. I just recently went through a situation where a young lady stole my identity and she falsely filed my taxes and my informations and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with the FBI. I've been working with the IRS. There's been a lot of things popping up.
She completely denies everything, but the officers came prepared.
Have you had any interactions with DCFS up in Chicago?
I did.
Okay.
False calls that were made.
Okay.
Correct.
One of the calls from 2021, DCFS came out to your residence in Chicago, and there was a Zion Staples there. Along with your 4 daughters, and then another young boy.
We had kids in the neighborhood come over. So, some of those kids that were implicated were not, in fact, our children. They were there.
So you're saying there was a kid in your apartment that was not your kid, named Zion?
I didn't say his name was Zion. No.
Well, somewhere here we've got to clear this up with this Zion Staples.
Yes, and
benefits. Listen to it. Benefits being put in his name that you're receiving from.
I haven't received any benefits.
And then also involved in this.
I haven't received any benefits. That's what I'm telling you. Someone has stolen my identity. I have proof of that. If you go in my phone, you'll be able to see the messages between me and the FBI agent in Milwaukee. So
this is separate from that with the DCFS call.
Because somebody is obviously claiming benefits and getting food stamps.
But they're getting food stamps for your 4 daughters and Zion.
And I've been having a hard time with that because I can't get any because of that, and I've been working on it.
Her lies were beginning to unravel. If someone had fabricated a child named Zion Staples to receive government financial aid, the likelihood that this same person was also claiming benefits for Sushi's 5 other children was nearly zero, and the police were aware of this. Meanwhile, they had found the child's birth certificate from the home, but remained tight-lipped about it, soon setting a trick question for Sushi.
Okay, are we going to find anything in your house that has Zion's name on it? Birth certificate, social security card, or anything like that?
Nope.
The officers then revealed the smoking gun.
Birth certificate?
What is that?
Birth certificate.
For Zion Staples.
Zion Staples.
That's not mine.
Sushi Staples. It's found in your room.
We need to get this figured out. Stop
lying.
It's over.
Where's that kid? You need to come clean because we're not going anywhere. This is just, you're just going to dig yourself a bigger grave now. I asked you if there's anything with Zion's name in this house. You said no.
Her lies began to crumble, and after more than 12 minutes of persuasion, she finally started to talk.
I needed some extra help, okay?
Yes.
That was it.
What do you mean by that?
I had a person that makes documents. And it was just really hard. Like,
so is Zion a real person?
no.
She changed her story, admitting to committing fraud using the child's name and claiming that he never existed. And while the police could at least arrest her for that, they didn't believe her, not even for a second.
Go and turn around for me.
Oh, no. I'm going to jail? What am I going to jail for? What have I done?
You just admitted to fraud.
So now you're going to railroad me on fraud?
Railroad you what? We're trying to figure out where your kid is.
My kid.
You're saying that he doesn't exist.
My kid.
She was arrested and taken to jail. After more than 4 hours of searching the premises, the officer's hunch proved correct when a body was discovered in a garbage can in Sushi's garage. The body was confirmed to be that of the child, and the autopsy revealed the cause of death to be a gunshot wound, with her son having been dead for over 7 months. Staples was charged with concealment of a death, obstruction of justice, and failure to report the death of her son. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. In the next case, police officers discovered a child who had been stabbed over 40 times, and they were shocked to learn who was responsible.
Do you know why we're here?
So I
Got some blood drops on your shoes.
This is a 27-year-old mother of 2, Janet Garcia, and she is responsible for the most heinous act any mother could have committed. On March 27, 2024, law enforcement in Washington state was placed on high alert after Janet's mother, Maria Garcia, discovered blood in her daughter's apartment. Maria had gone there to serve court-ordered guardianship and child custody papers, granting her control over Janet's 2 children due to Janet's ongoing issues, which will be discussed later in this video. The situation escalated when prints from a small bloody hand were found at the scene, prompting an urgent search for Janet, who was still in possession of her 5-year-old son, Ariel. This triggered a statewide manhunt, which ended when Janet was located at a local rehab facility.
Do you know why we're here?
Are you okay if I open the zipper?
Why? Why are you guys here?
What's going on today? What's going on today with you? And like, sounds like the cops have been talking to you already.
Yeah. So I
Got some blood drops on your shoes.
yeah.
Okay.
So my son fell this morning earlier.
Oh no.
Yeah, so but I was able to take him to the doctors and everything was okay. I took him with another lady so she can watch him for me because I wasn't staying at home. I had problems going on with my parents and they didn't let me in the house. So I was staying with another lady. She was super sweet. That's where my son fell. And then, but we left, so I was like, okay, you know. So I went to another lady's house, and I told her if she could watch him for me. I wanted to come get, you know, I wanted to fully recover. I'm an alcoholic, so I was like, if you can watch him for me for 12 months, that'd be amazing because I'm not talking to my mom, and she's the one that has just like a notarized paper saying that she has legal custody of them, but I have legal custody of them. She's not letting me see my older son, so.
That would be really hard.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset about that one.
She claimed she had just dropped her child off at a friend's house for casual supervision over the past 12 months, an action that didn't seem reasonable for any responsible mother. An action, if true, would explain why her mother was seeking custody of the children, that alongside Janet's numerous shortcomings that her mother presented to the court, such as her issues with drinking and drugs. Her mother mentioned an instance where she took her 5-year-old son to a bar to drink with friends. Additionally, she had choked her son and dragged him down the stairs. Given these concerns, the court has no choice but to grant custody to the grandmother. However, officers continued to press Janet for details about this so-called friend she claimed to have left her child with.
Well, we want to make sure that he's safe and know where he is. Who's the friend that you left it with?
I left him with another lady. I don't have her information.
Oh, well, that's not going to cut it. We got to figure out where he's at. Where can you, tell me the location where somebody could go and check on him and make sure he's okay?
In SeaTac area.
Okay.
Seattle.
More specific?
I don't have an address.
Nothing. Who's the friend? How do you know the person how did you pick the person?
She's a longtime friend that I know.
Okay, what's her name?
Alika. That's all I know. Alika Bone.
Alika Bone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you've known her?
Or anything?
Okay. But you've known her for a long time? So how did you reach out to her?
So I reached out to her because I needed help.
How did you reach out to her?
I found her number on my old Facebook, but I no longer have a Facebook anymore. So.
Okay.
Is this something you sign back into?
No.
No? You just deleted it all?
I delete it all the time. So.
Yeah. You found it today on your old Facebook? Mm-hmm. And her name is
Alika Bone.
Alika Bone, like B-O-N-E?
Mm-hmm.
It's puzzling why any mother would leave her child with a random friend she knew so little about, especially after conveniently deleting the Facebook account, where she supposedly got the friend's contact information, and the situation only became more troubling as the next set of questions was asked.
You understand we should make sure that he's okay, and then we can just do that, and then we can leave you be, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So how do we find Alika?
I don't know.
Can you describe to me how you got there from Providence?
So I just drove from there to Seattle, and then that's it.
You drove from Providence to Seattle to Alika's house?
Yes.
Okay. Did you drive on the freeway or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long did it take you to get there?
Like 2 hours.
2 hours. And what car were you driving?
My car. So just like 1 hour or so.
And what kind of car do you have?
I have a Nissan.
Okay. Where's that car now?
I don't have it with me.
Okay.
So.
Where's it at?
I left it at her house, and then I came over here on the bus.
She claimed to have driven herself to this mysterious friend's house, yet she couldn't recall the address or how she got there.
Do you remember what exit you took?
I don't know.
Jeanette. Okay, Jeanette. You're not
lying.
You have a longtime friend that you reach out to leave your son with, who you obviously care about very much.
I love him with all my heart.
Yes, and you're expressing how upset you are about what's going on between you and your mom and the custody of him and your older son. I think that's horrible. So I know that you're not going to go leave your son with somebody and you don't know where he is.
Yeah, no.
So you do know where he is?
No, I know where he is. I know where he's at.
Tell me where he's at.
I don't have the address for him.
Okay, how can we find the address for him?
I don't know.
Did you put it in your phone?
No.
To get there? Okay, Alika, you know where your son is because you're a mom who loves her son very much and you didn't
I'm not Alika, I'm Jeanette.
I'm sorry, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Alika, you took him somewhere and you're going to go back to him and you know where he is. So tell me where he's at so we can make sure that he's okay or what's going on.
So he's not, I mean, he's there. He's with her, but
tell
he's
me
not
how
with
to
me.
go check on him.
I can give you an address.
Okay, what's the address?
I don't know. You have to write it down.
Okay, I can do that.
From literally nowhere, she now remembers this supposed friend's address, but the officers were willing to work with anything at this point. This prompted the officers to press her even harder about the whereabouts of her son, as every second counted.
Seattle, Washington.
Where did you get that address from just now?
From the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's where you remember leaving him.
So yeah, Alika.
That's Alika?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell that?
Alica.
Okay.
Last name is Bonn.
Bonn?
Yeah.
Earlier, she had spelled her friend's name as Bone, but now claimed it was spelled Bonn, adding to the list of inconsistencies throughout her questioning. Despite these contradictions, officers swiftly deployed a team to the location Janet provided. They then shifted their focus to her drug abuse, which seemed to be at the root of many of these issues.
Tell me about your alcoholism. How long have you been dealing with that?
I've been drinking alcohol.
Or if you don't mind telling me. You don't have
it's
to tell me.
okay.
It's not
I've
my
been here.
business,
This is like my third. Okay, I've been here this is like my third year here.
Okay.
So I did 11 months in recovery because I was never like an alcoholic. I was more like of a drug user. So the only drug I ever used was meth.
Yeah.
And I used it for roughly like 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
I came to finally get clean on and off, right?
Sure.
I tried it one time and then years passed and then I do it again and then years passed. This is my third year clean. I started drinking a lot because I was like, okay, I'm not a drinker. I was a drug user.
Drugs, so alcohol's okay.
So alcohol's fine. I'm like, it's a socialized thing that everybody does. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have dinner, I'm going to do this. Well, I drink to the point where I can drink a whole bottle of just like liquor. So I'm like, that's now I'm an alcoholic.
Gotcha.
So I started to have all kinds of problems, and then now I'm back here hoping I can get clean again.
The officer then shifted the questioning to the child's injury, which Janet claimed was the cause of all the blood in the apartment.
His injury was pretty bad. Yeah, was there quite a bit of blood and stuff? What did he do?
He jumped from the bed that we were sleeping on to the ground, and then he just got blood on his head, and so I had him taken to the doctor, and so he's doing good.
Okay. What did he hit it on?
Just on the ground.
Okay. How did it start bleeding?
It's just started bleeding.
Can you show me like what side of his head? Do you remember what side of his head it was?
I don't remember exactly what side of the head it was, but it's starting to rain a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't... what time did it occur today?
Just, like early, like at 10, 11.
So how long were you guys at the hospital?
We were only there for a little bit. I don't even think he got checked. We got there and but I didn't wait enough for him to get checked out. So
he didn't actually go back and get checked. Gotcha. Did you actually go inside and check him in? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then did you tell him you were leaving or did you did? Okay. You just said he's not going to be seen and left?
Yeah.
Okay, and how was he acting?
He's okay.
Yeah.
What happened to him when he fell?
Nothing. He just cried.
Just cried?
Mm-hmm. Just like, just like, yeah.
Janet now admitted that the child hadn't even been seen by a doctor, contradicting her earlier claim. The officers, recognizing these inconsistencies, decided to transport Janet to the precinct for further questioning until the child was located. Once in the car, Janet asked a question that further suggested she might not be innocent in all of this.
So, if you guys don't, locate my son, what's gonna happen?
That's what we're working on at the moment.
Why do you think they won't be able to locate him? I mean, you got the address to where he
Because, I don't know, I'm just saying, if you guys are not able to find him, what can happen?
What it's looking like right now is that we're going to need to stay with you until we find him. Because it sounds like you said you know where he is, you know where you left him.
Right.
So it shouldn't be an issue, right? Should be able to locate him. Okay, so that's what we just need to stay with you until we locate him.
Okay.
She was transported to the precinct for further questioning, while the officers interviewed others at the rehab who knew Janet well from her previous stays there.
Did she seem like, from the previous Janet that you knew a couple of years ago, was it?
Yeah.
Compared to today, how was her behavior?
Drastically different, because she was always bubbly and loud and had this big, great laugh, kind of really annoying laugh and talking to everybody. And she was just kind of with her hands in her pockets and quiet and just went in and sat down and didn't talk to anybody really.
The police eventually found the 5-year-old child, who had last been seen with Janet, dumped and abandoned over a fence along Interstate 5. Her son had suffered over 41 injuries, including defensive wounds and 16 stab wounds, which the prosecuting attorney described as indicative of a prolonged attack. No murder weapon was found, but the mother was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and first-degree assault. Although she pleaded not guilty and the trial is still ongoing, all evidence pointed to her involvement, suggesting she would rather kill her son than let her mother have custody. What's your opinion? Do you think she did it? If you liked this video, YouTube thinks you will like these videos even more.